Good Boy features Indy, a very good boy who tries his absolute best to protect his owner Todd inside a haunted house. The movie's pretty short, but packed with symbolism. What does it all mean? In this video, we're going to look at what Indy is experiencing, what the evil force in the home represents, what the ending means, and what to look for in the post-credit scene. To get every answer, make sure you hang around to the end of the video. It should go without saying, but there are massive spoilers for Good Boy ahead. Only watch if you don't mind spoilers or if you've already seen the film. Good Boy is ultimately about loss, grief, and letting go, and the film uses illness and fear as clever drivers of those themes. All of it, of course, takes place within a haunted house, which serves as both a vehicle and a metaphor for Todd and Indy's situation. Indy and his owner Todd move into a home formerly owned by Todd's grandfather, who dies from a nasty illness. The house is thought to be haunted, as Todd's grandfather is the only one to have made it for more than just a few weeks in the home. From the beginning, the hauntings begin. Indy begins to hear noises around the house and goes to investigate them. It's long been believed that dogs have a special sense for evil and demonic activity. We see that in The Conjuring and numerous other films, where dogs are hesitant to enter places where evil resides. While investigating, Indy sees visions of how the evil force in the home haunted Todd's grandfather. Within those visions, Indy sees the grandfather's dog being brutally hurt. Like many hauntings, this is meant to scare Indy and make the dog more vulnerable to the evil stalking Todd. During the visions, Indy also encounters the spirit of the grandfather's dog. We know this from the red scarf that the dog wore when it was alive. The dog leads Indy to clues about what's happening in the home, both with the house itself and with Todd, as Indy tries desperately to save his owner. We don't know much about the evil haunting Todd and Indy inside the home, but there are a couple of potential explanations for it. First, Todd is ill, and we learn that he is suffering from an advanced terminal illness. The entity could be death itself, advancing closer and closer to Todd as the film progresses, with Indy growing more and more helpless and desperate to help. The other explanation is that the force is trying to possess Todd. It isolates Todd, trying to drive a wedge between Todd and Indy. As the possession takes hold, Todd spirals more and more out of control, with the entity eventually being able to completely claim Indy's best friend. Up next, we'll take a look at the ending of Good Boy, what it all means, and what you can look forward to in a post-credit scene. As Todd becomes sicker and sicker, he does what many people do in facing death or illness. He pushes those close to him away. That includes his sister, who's consistently trying to help him, and Indy, who would do anything to protect Todd. Todd becomes more and more irritated with Indy as he struggles to accept his own fate. At the same time, the evil in the home is trying to separate the two, while fully claiming Todd's life. It is able to do that in a scene, slamming a door between Indy and Todd. Indy jumps out of the window, racing to the neighbors to help, but getting caught in a trap. Todd finds him and chains him to the doghouse outside in the rain, which is something that Todd has never done. He's forcing Indy away from him. Indy faces the entity, which is Indy facing his fears, and gets back into the home to find Todd terrified that death is closing in on him. But suddenly, Todd is now as nice to Indy as he was earlier. We learn that that's because Todd has already actually died, while Indy was outside, and that Indy is now interacting with Todd's spirit. A spirit filled with kindness and love for Indy. The evil appears again, taking Todd's spirit to the cellar into a cave. Indy races to save his owner, breaking through a window, finding his way into the cellar, where Indy discovers the decaying corpse of the grandfather's dog. Indy races into the cave, pulling Todd out. Todd says that Indy's a good dog, but that Indy can't save him, and that he has to stay here. At that point, Todd's spirit is once again pulled into the cave. When Todd's sister arrives, she finds Indy and calls him up the stairs. When she's doing this, Indy is right next to the corpse of the grandfather's dog. At this point, Indy has a choice. The grandfather's dog starved and died because it wouldn't move forward in life and stayed there. Would Indy make the same choice? Indy looks back at the cave one last time, then heeds Todd's final command, that Indy must stay in this world while Todd goes to the afterlife. There isn't a narrative post-credits scene in Good Boy, but there is a really cool look inside the film with director Ben Leonberg and Indy, who is Ben's real-life dog. The feature is about how the film was made and how they got Indy to give some of the reactions that he did. It's actually really interesting, as the way they get Indy to emote for the camera isn't at all consistent with the emotions being portrayed on the screen. So what did you think of Good Boy? Was the new movie by Shudder one of the better horror films of the year? Let us know in comments. Remember to like this video, subscribe for more horror, entertainment, and a whole lot more. Have a great day, everybody, and stay strange out there.